Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Jean Brittingham here with Captain Stitches. Welcome, welcome. It is Monday afternoon. It is a beautiful day here. Let me see. I think it says it is 77 degrees out there today. Beautiful day. Should be out getting the flower beds ready and that type of thing, but I'm in the stitching cottage. So welcome, welcome. Today I am just going to be working on sewing some binding on a quilt while I chat with whoever decides to join me today. I have been trying to, hello, Debbie. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Melody. Hello, Sandra. Thank you all for popping in. I'm just sitting here working on some binding right now because it's something easy and doesn't have to take the mind as much, because I have to tell you, I went through a really scary and bad reaction to a medication that was given to me when I went to the ER on Thursday morning. It was about between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning for some issues I was having with pain and other things. And they prescribed, hey, so hi, Tracy. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Gladys. Hello, Eva. But anyhow, they prescribed a couple medications, and I went home and took them, and I seemed to be fine during the day. But that evening, I definitely had a reaction to the second. I believe it was the second. It's hard to tell when you're taking two medications at once. So, but I had a really bad and scary reaction to where I woke up thrashing all over the bed, was wet from a fever and whatever, got up. At the time, thinking I knew where I was and what I was doing, but I was wandering all over the house doing really crazy things. I was falling and bumping into things. I was in the kitchen trying to do things that should not be done and were really strange and weird, and just, yeah, I mean, I was in total confusion, total fog, hallucinating, all that type of thing. Went back to bed. It was early in the morning. I almost got my husband up thinking, okay, we need to go back. Something is totally wrong with me. But I laid there and thrashed around for a while and was confused. And finally, later on in the morning, it kind of went away enough to where, okay, I knew what was going on and that type of thing. Thank you for the thumbs up at the door. Yes. Hello, Beverly. But so I called the emergency room, because on the paper, when you are out, which this is at the VA, by the way. I am a disabled veteran, so that's where I go for my care. But I called them to let them know what was going on, and the first guy didn't understand what I was saying about the medication, so he actually connected me with the doctor that had seen me. And his suggestion was that I call an ambulance and go to the local hospital, which no, I was not going to do. I knew that I wasn't in a condition that I needed to do that. But we did both decide that, yes, not to take either medication, and to follow up with my pain management team that I have there. So that's what I will be doing. But I still, because night before last, I also did some strange things. So it was taking a while, evidently, for the medication to get out of my system. And I still have a very foggy mind, have a slight headache, and just am having trouble focusing on things. So bear with me. That's why I decided that I'm just going to do something simple and something easy, and probably will not be on here for an hour, because there isn't much to chat about on binding. So hello, Shirley. Hello, Mary. Sorry about the reaction, that's scary. Yes, it was scary. Some of it now is funny, because it's like when you talk about, okay, what you were doing while you were in that state of mind. I mean, it was some of it was scary because if I had done and followed through with a couple of things I was doing in the kitchen, I could have started a fire. I could have blown the house up. I mean, that part was scary because I was trying to do some things and things in the microwave that definitely should not be done. Thankfully, somehow my mind caught me and I took what I had put in there back out and didn't turn it on, but it was no, it would not have been good. I mean, I was trying to put sugar in a glass with a fork, and then I was trying to add Hershey's syrup to it for some reason, and then I was trying to transfer it with a fork and water from one cup to another, and yeah, it was just crazy things going on. So my husband keeps joking now, and he brings the Hershey's syrup in and says, "Here, did you need this?" But it's like, I no, it is part of it is funny, but it's also scary the reaction that I had. So thank you for dropping in those links, Beverly. Appreciate that very much. Um, but anyway, so I'm still feeling just a little bit funny, but I know eventually that medication will be out of my system and I will be fine and back to, I say normal, but you all know me. I'm never normal. So whatever normal is for me, I'll be back to it. Hopefully sometime later on today. But yeah, just a little shaky and that type of thing. So I understand reactions to medication recovering from stopping the latest over 2 weeks ago, I think that says. Yes, yes, this was yeah, I will know never to let anyone give me that medication again because yeah, it's not something anyone would want to go through, and it's like I say, I mean, with with the issues that I have and everything, falling is not a good thing. So bumping into everything and partially falling over and that type of thing was not a good thing. But I'm sure if it was on video, it would have made quite the comical thing to see for sure. But even my dog knew something was wrong because she ended up getting out of the bed. She's like, "What is going on in this bed? I can't take this. Let me out of here." So she left the bed and went into her other bed in the living room instead. So, but mm, but what I was starting to say though, and working on this older quilt. This is actually a quilt that I pieced in 2003. It got set aside. You know how our tops, we finish them, we put them in the stack to quilt them and finish, and sometimes they stay there quite a long time. So, according to my label, in June of 2022 is when I uh, long armed it, and now I'm sewing the binding down. So, but I have quite a few older projects that are in different stages of completion, and I am really, really trying to work on those and complete a lot of them and get them out of the way, either give them as gifts as some were intended to be, or some are for us and things. And I do decorate a lot with things that I quilt through the seasons, change around and things like that. So, but yeah, I have quite a collection of unfinished projects that need to be finished. I heard it said that normal is a setting on a washing machine. I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Oh. Yes, but I don't know. It depends. Some people don't know what setting to set the washing machine on either. So I always know when someone else in the house has done laundry because it the dial is not where it is supposed to be. So, but I like that. That's cute. Good laugh. I wonder what batting I used in this because this is a very, very thin quilt. But and I can tell this is also looking at the fabrics. Maybe not, but I do believe so. I believe this is a quilt, yes, from earlier to where I was still using some fabrics from Joann Fabrics at that time, before I really got into the quilt shops and found out the difference in the fabrics. Hello, Donna. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate your comments to my videos. It's always nice to see someone commenting on them. And as I'm looking down, which my design wall over there with the long time gone, I think I said that wrong in a post earlier or whatever, but is growing, which today I'm actually also supposed to get 2 more of those blocks cut out so that I can piece them this week. So I will be at my goal of doing 2 blocks a week until I am finished with the quilt. I haven't figured out when that would be that I would be finished with it. I'll have to do that. One more thing to think about and write down, but yeah. Hello. Is it Aggie Makes? I believe you are new. I don't remember seeing your name before. But welcome. Thank you for popping on. My my live is not quite the same as what it normally is because I'm not the same as I normally am today. Let's put it that way. But it will get better and I will be fine. That is what, it's good news that way. Agnes, okay. I knew an Agnes years ago. It was one of my grandmother's best friends, and they both belonged to the hobby club, as they called it, where my grandmother lived, and they were into all kinds of crafts. And I know that a lot of times when I was there, because as a little girl, I got to go and stay at my grandmother's quite often. And if it was when they were having their hobby club, I always got to go along, and I was always loved seeing and also getting to learn what they were working on. And I know that Agnes in her home, I mean, she had things all over her home, different types of doing crafts, and she would have them displayed all over her home, and it was quite the thing to see. Definitely remember her. And it was, I mean, she was just like part of the family, because any family gathering that we had, Agnes was always there also. So, and she had a really, really fat Chihuahua. I remember that also. Can't remember the dog's name, but he was definitely overweight. He was a big round one. Hello, June. Welcome. So, but I have this quilt that I'm doing the binding on, and I also have the mystery quilt sitting in my chair over there, which normally when I'm doing stitching like this, I will move and I will show my live from over there. But I have to tell you that I totally forgot I was supposed to go live today, and that's why it's 3:15 instead of 3 o'clock, because it was 15 minutes to 3 when I remembered, and I thought, oh my, I'm supposed to go live. I don't have anything ready, which is part of the mind not quite being and working properly the way it is supposed to yet. So I wasn't ready to be set up to do my live from that position. So we are doing it here where everything is already set up. But and I also forgot to shut the doggy door on the house, so my dog is outside the cottage door barking, wanting to be let in. And she will probably be persistent and stay there until I am finished with the live and able to go over and open the door and let her in. Oh, that's funny. So what are all of you working on today, or what are you doing on this beautiful day? As I get quiet, waiting for someone to chat back. I also have, if I move back, the quilt. That one is from 2005, I believe, that I made, and it is a super queen size, just barely fit on the long arm. And I am working on that also. So and then I always have my little, that you can see off to this side is my little cart. If we move this, you can see more of it. But it has the 3 tiers, and that's where I also keep projects that I am currently working on. So they're easy to get at, and they're out in the open and remind me that I am supposed to be working on them and completing them. Hello, Patty. Welcome, welcome. Starting a cross stitch pick for my oldest daughter. Okay, very nice. Oops, I just unthreaded my needle because I'm about at the end of the thread. Let me see. I have shaky hands today, but I got it on the first try even. Very good. Very good. Thank you for the hearts. And I'm not there to let what? Oh, let her in. Yes. Yes, when Debbie's here often, she is either helping to let Katie Sue in and out because her chair is right by the door. You like how I said her chair? That's a good one. Does that tell you how often Debbie must be here if I consider the chair hers? Oh. I am straight line quilting a table runner. I used 2 of my practice blocks and made them into a table run. Well, that's a good idea, Shirley. I like that. I like that. And Sarah is putting her bookshelf quilt together today. Awesome, awesome. And Debbie says, thank you. Oh, but yeah, which it's a little different because on Mondays, Debbie is usually here. But it is that time of year that there are a lot of other things that need to be done other than just in the stitching cottage. So Mondays isn't a day for right now that Debbie will be here. But she will be here Thursday. So and Mary says that I am trying to finish quilts. We had a long snowy Minnesota winter and I quilted a lot. So 9 quilt tops need finishing. Wow. I'm not starting anything new until I get through these. Very good. I hope you can stick with that, Mary. Where in Minnesota, Mary? I actually grew up in Minnesota. I am a Minnesota native. You betcha. And I grew up first of all, in a very, very small town called Butterfield. The population was only 600. And then we moved from there my sophomore year in high school to New Ulm. So if you're familiar with that area, that is where I am from, Mary. And both of my sisters still live in New Ulm. And so I know that you had a lot of snow and wintry weather this year, which Now, my son lives in Wyoming, and they actually had snow again yesterday. That can't be any fun. And they are still in construction on, they haven't started their home yet. They're actually doing a very, very, very large workshop for him first. So having bad weather does not help with getting construction done. That is for sure. Farmington, south of Apple Valley. I know where that is. Yes, I do. So, welcome, native Minnesotan. Which you can always tell when the person's really from Minnesota because they pronounce it differently than anybody else. If you're not from there, they don't quite get the, isn't quite said right. To us that are from there anyway. My husband and my kids always said they could tell immediately when I was talking to somebody from home because my accent would change. And I never thought that people from Minnesota had an accent, but we do have a little bit. This thread sure matches this fabric perfectly. I like when that happens. And I was looking, I still have a little bit of this fabric that is the backing fabric in my stash yet. I make my own vintage fabric. That's how long I've had some of it. Oh. Leave it on the shelf and don't use it. Eventually it becomes vintage. Oh, am I the only one that does that? Or are there any of you out there in the chat that also have fabric that you've had for years and haven't used it yet? What did they say? I'm a curator of fabric. I'm not from Minnesota, so I don't say you betcha or make hot dish. Yep, that's the you betcha. And yeah, we Minnesotans call it hot dish, not casseroles. So, which there is a book out there. Oh, I can't think of her name. Terry Atkinson, I believe, is the designer. She has several patterns, and she has a book that is called Minnesota Hot Dish, and it is all with using a lot of fat quarters in the patterns. Very, very great book for beginners. She really goes step by step and explains everything very well in all of her patterns. I hope that is correct and I'm saying that right, but colloquialism is what you call the accent. Okay. Using our big words today. Oh. Minnesota, I have to say, is a beautiful state because of all the lakes. It has beautiful, beautiful places to go and see and experience the outdoors. If you are a person that loves outdoors, which I guess I do because that is how I grew up. I always tell everybody that, well, there are some people that don't like hunting, but we didn't hunt for the, trophy type of it. We hunted because that was our food and that was what was on the table and that is what we ate. So I did learn very early how to use a gun and hunt. And then, of course, with all the lakes, also learned very early on how to fish. So, was a hunter and a fisher, and miss it. Love it. I still go get an out of state license every time I go to Minnesota and go fishing. Hello, Lois. Just skipping in for a quick hello. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day too, Lois. Thank you for skipping in. We always hunt and fish to fill our freezer. We hardly ever buy any meat. Yes, that's pretty much the way we were growing up too. And I grew up, I mean, on a Sunday for a meal at my grandmother's. I mean, yeah, we would buy, some meat here and there, but she would have a mixture of squirrel, rabbit, and chicken, and it was hard. I mean, I grew up loving it and everything. It was hard to tell when you're taking it off the plate, which you were getting because it all pretty much looks the same. But yep, I have even had turtle. Turtle soup is awesome. And I always say too, thank you again, Beverly, very much for dropping the people's links. And for those of you, if you haven't been to the other ones that are here, that the links are in, please go over and check them out. There are some great YouTubers that are on here, and I'm sure you would enjoy their channels. So go and check them out, please. I forgot what I was going to say, but that's okay. That's okay. So I also, yeah, I'm always looking at the yo-yos in front of me that I have hanging on the one thing by my desk. And of course, they are sitting right back here to work on. And that is one that I like to work on when I just don't want to have to really, really think, on those days that you just like to clear your mind, but you still are someone like me that needs to have busy hands. I like to have those types of projects for days like that, days like today, when your mind just can't focus and concentrate on anything. Pheasant. Oh, pheasant. Don't even say pheasant, Debbie. That is one of the most wonderful, wonderful meats I think that are out there. And pheasant is also a little harder to hunt and get, but yes, went pheasant hunting every year, and I am the one that also cleaned the pheasant because I didn't like the way my husband and sons did it, so I cleaned the pheasant so it was done my way and nice. And I mean, oh, the breast of a pheasant. If you haven't had pheasant, you're really missing out because I can't even describe it. It is just a wonderful, wonderful, delicious, delicious meat to eat. Northern pike is very popular fish in Minnesota, and also walleye. Walleye is, oh, fantastic. Both of them very hard to catch. And a northern pike will put up a fight. You would think you had a 50-pound fish on your line, the fight that they put up. So not only am I a quilter and a crafter, but I love the outdoors also, and those types of things, and I like trap shooting. I haven't done that for a while, but used to when both boys were still at home. They actually worked at the trap shoots, so we were there a lot, and I participated in that and enjoyed that, but I love camping. I've always loved camping in the outdoors. When people ask me what my favorite scent or smell is, I say campfire because I love the smell of a good campfire. Hello, treasured home, Miss Nancy. Thank you for joining us. What are you working on, Nancy? I'm sure you're crocheting something beautiful. I just moved a bunch of, well, some are partially done and other projects in yarn this morning that needed to be moved and stored in a different area, which they are in the house. But I wish that you lived nearby, Nancy, because I have a lot, a lot of yarn that I need to donate to someone. But it's way too much to try and mail. Oh, I could mail you a skein a week, huh? Or skein a not a skein a week, but a month, like some of these uh can't think of what I want to say, but block of the month and things that you get into. I could send you a happy yarn box of the month. Oh, I could do that for several people. Which I could actually show you some of it, but it would be a little embarrassing. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about because there is a loft in here, and it is a very deep loft. You're only going to see the front 2 rows. There are 2 rows behind what you will see. That is all yarn. You see all that up there? That is all yarn. Oodles and oodles and oodles of yarn. And that's not all the yarn I have. So, oh. And the other side used to be all quilting fabric and kits and projects. But when I knew I was having both hips replaced, I got all that down because I knew that I would need it and I would not be getting up and down on a ladder afterwards to be getting that. So that side, I did find places to put that stuff so that I can get at it. And that's also when I did my inventory for all my unfinished projects. So, but I'm sure you are probably getting tired of me rambling on, throwing a little bit and tidbits in that have something to do with quilting and crafting, but also, sometimes it's fun to find out what other interests are in our friends' lives besides the crafting side. So now you know a little bit more about what other things I enjoy. And Shirley says she has just as much yarn or more. Yeah, well, like I said, that's not all of it. There's also some in my husband's workshop, and there is a lot also in the house. And I believe there is some also in the garage. So I have, yes, a multitude of yarn. And like I say, I do need to find some places to donate to so it can be put to good use instead of sitting there not being used. So I think unless there is any questions or any other comments that anybody here chatting with me wants to put in the comments, I think I will go ahead and end this live for today. I want to thank you all for stopping by and hanging in there, even though it's not my normal self, not really showing anything great to share with you today, but I really appreciate you all popping on, and I hope that you all have. Patty G wants to know how Nancy is doing. I hope you're doing all right, Nancy. I know you've been having some issues with your knees, I think. And so Terry says, I didn't know you were going live. See you on the next one. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Terry. I haven't changed it. Yeah, I haven't changed my Monday. The Thursday is changed to Friday. So yeah. This is my 3 o'clock is my regular time on Monday. And this week it will be 3 o'clock on Friday instead of Thursday. So that is my regular schedule for going live. I think. Okay, so again, thank you everyone. Have a great day, and be sure and check out all of the links that were dropped in the chat box today. Go over and see what all of you lovely people that are on here that also have YouTube channels, what you do. I have been to all of them, and enjoy all of you very much. Thank you again for popping on. And on Friday, I assure you, I will have something a lot better to share with you during my live. So take care, everyone. Have a great day. Happy stitching. Hope you don't have to bring out our friend. We all know who we're talking about. And enjoy the weather. And if you are working in your flower beds and starting to gardening, I hope you really enjoy that and have a great time doing that also. So, oh, and I think Mother's Day is coming up. So for all of you mothers, happy Mother's Day in advance, in case I don't get a chance to say that. Appreciate our mothers greatly. So take care, everyone. Goodbye. Have a great day. I will see you soon. And as always, remember, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye.